still here, Jenny? I've lost my picture.
Yes.
Oh, I'm back now. There it goes.
Okay, here you are.
I don't know how this works.
Yeah?
Sorry, I thought it was
Welcome.
something technical had gone wrong.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Anyway, I'm just going to start again. Welcome to the GodessJazzy Show. It's your girl, Goddess Jazzy, and I'm with my guest today, Jane. Jane is a personal trainer. So, Jane, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm really well, thanks. Done the school run
Jane,
this morning all smoothly, really well. So that was good.
Yes. And tell me about your journey, about your person. I was fascinated by reading that. Wow. How did you get into it? And how do you feel? Because can you teach me? I need to be taught. I need to be trained. I need it. 100%. I need it.
Everybody could be taught.
Yeah.
Everybody could be taught, Jenny. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it started back in the day. My family were a very sporting family. Brothers played football, 2 older brothers. Mum was a gymnast in her day. Dad was a referee. So when we weren't at school, then we had to be doing a sport. And I was doing swimming for a long time and got up to quite high level. But then I had a bit of a rebellion at the age of like 12, 13. And decided I wasn't going to be doing swimming anymore, and decided I would go to the local Thai boxing gym with a few friends.
Nice.
And much to the dismay of my mum, who wanted a daughter at the end of having 2 older brothers.
Yes.
And just got completely hooked. And it was the Bulldog Gym down Bethnal Green, for anyone who knows the area. And well, we went to a show at the York Hall. And I watched some of my fellow martial artist friends fight, and I said, I have to do that. And just got into the actual combat of it as well. So I became British champion at 15. It wasn't like how it is today, though, because there was actually only a few of us doing it at that time.
Yes.
But there was no like age categories or anything. So I was 15 fighting like these adult women. And but we was all the same weight and stuff, so it didn't really matter to me, and just became completely obsessed with it, and I've been ever since.
So how did your family feel when you won the championship?
I mean, they was all really proud, don't get me wrong, but I just think that the path that was led for me was meant to be something a bit more girly than it was. So yeah, but I mean, I had 2 older brothers to contend with, so I think going into martial arts and fighting gave me a bit of an upper hand in the end.
Yeah. And are they proud of you? They must be.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
they must be. So you said you have 2 children. Is it a boy or girl? Or
both. I've got Jessica, who's 14, taller than me, by the way. So it's like having a roommate. She's like having a roommate who don't pay rent. And my son Parker, who's 9.
Okay. And what do they think of Mum winning that championship? Have you told them that?
No interest whatsoever. No interest whatsoever. I get up on YouTube. I've done in the past. So do you want to watch Mummy's fight? And they're like, nah. They have no interest at all.
Oh my
gosh. They're proud because it's something cool. You know, Mummy does something a bit different. But me trying to get them on the pads and stuff as well, they're like, nah. They're both into running, actually. So I'm very proud when they go out and do their little sporting activities, but they're both quite keen runners. Before the pandemic, they was both in running clubs and stuff, so that's something that they really enjoy.
That's really good. I hear on your bio, you said there's somebody you want to give a tribute to. What did this person mean to you? Tell me about him.
This person, his name is Terry Buckwell. He was the founder of the Bulldog Gym, and really my time there has basically set up the rest of my life in terms of what I do for fun, what I do for stress relief, what I do as a job. And he sadly passed away recently after a short battle with cancer. So I just wanted to give a little shout out to him today. Thank you for that opportunity, and just thinking of Emma and Terry Jr. Difficult time, but thanks for that, Jenny. That meant a lot.
Not at all. Oh, that's so he meant a lot to you growing up, or in your training, was it?
Well, both really. I mean, we was a big family there. I spent more time you know, out of school in the gym than I did at home, really.
Yeah.
And we traveled, we went on the telly, we done all sorts of different experiences that I would never have had. And as I said, it really has shaped me as an adult. So I just wanted to say a little shout out to him today.
Yeah, and that you have, without a doubt. Oh. So, Miss Tracy, your personal trainer. When are you going to train me? That's what I need to know. When are you coming to train me? I need to be trained.
We need to start training your mind, Jenny, because I want to know, first of all, why are you not doing any training yourself at the moment? Why is that?
Okay, I'm going to tell you something, Jane. I've been trying to roller skate. I'm skipping.
Interesting, nice.
I'm still fat. All right. I'm still fat. It's just simple as I'm still fat. You know, I love my after eights. I love my wine. I won't lie to you. And I just don't know how to curb it. Yeah, I just don't know how to curb it.
Well, one thing I'd say to you, Jenny, is that a lot of people get worried about, especially talking to someone like me, who's into getting, thinking about it 24/7, and they think, oh God, if I start something with someone like that, then I'm going to have to like get rid of my after eights and my wine, and she's going to have me like roller skating while skipping, and and they just go crazy, right? So my sort of ethos, I'd say, is that I'm into healthy habits, right? So if you start a plan with me, and what we're going to be doing, Jane, because I've got you now, we're in this now.
Yeah, we're me and you, Jane. Honestly, I need it.
I've got the email of I'm here. So
yes, run me down.
It's about like adding stuff to your life that's going to make a difference, right? So forget about taking anything away right now. Don't have to think about that, and that's all for your listeners as well. And I normally start off with like 4 things you can choose from. So you can either choose to start doing a food diary. Now these are really cool because a lot of the time I always get this word wrong, and I say it like daily.
Subconsciously.
Unsubconsciously, yeah. I'll get it anyway. You listeners know what I'm talking about.
Yes, we do.
Snack on things, and we don't really think about it. So if you have to then write it down, that makes you more aware of it, right?
Okay.
So that'll either, number one, make you think, oh, I don't really want to write down that I've had 8 after 8, so I'd rather write down I had 4 or whatever. And it at the end of the day as well, you can sit back and look and go, God, did I actually eat all that? And it just makes you more aware, right? So it's not something that, you know, if you wanted to send your personal trainer, they go, oh my God, Jenny, how could you have that? Like, it's not about that. It's about you yourself. You've got to learn to do it yourself. So food diary is one thing I would say to people to try and add. Or you could do something like, I've got a colourful plate campaign on Facebook. And it's about adding colours to your plate. So try for your evening meal, say, add like 4 different colours, get your greens, get your reds, all that sort of stuff on there. So that's another option you can do.
Okay.
Another one is for water intake, which is called, I call it sip and see. So I've got my water right here, actually.
What a
beautiful. You've got to have a water bottle near you all the time, wherever you go. And the second that you see it, you have to take a sip. So it's not like chugging it or anything. You've got to just take a sip. And as the day goes on, if you get that again, it's getting that habit in your head that it naturally comes, and you don't have to think about it. And you don't have to go at the end of the day, oh, did I have my 2 litres today? Because you've been sipping all day. You've done what your body wanted and kept it hydrated all day.
Yes.
So that's another healthy habit that you can add. Remember, you're only choosing one, so you don't have to do all of them.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So you just choose one that's good for you. And this one I get a lot of pushback from, and it's having a meatless Monday. Okay, so
meatless Monday.
Yes, it's good, and that doesn't mean, right, that you're going to have like margarita pizza and chips. I know that's meatless, but that's not. We're getting off the target a little bit there.
Yes.
But what it is like you're just learning about different food combinations and getting back in the kitchen and trying new stuff. You know, and it's better for the environment, it's cheaper and all that carry on as well. But those are the 4 options I always start with people. So add one of those in and start making habits, healthier habits. And then later on down the line, you yourself are going to change your lifestyle anyway. So you're going to choose healthier options because you're getting into a more of a healthy habit. And you do one at a time until it becomes a habit. And then in the end, you don't need to do it all the time. So it doesn't mean you're going to be writing a food diary for the next year. What it is just making you more aware of what you're eating. So maybe you just do a food diary once a week after a couple of weeks. Then you do it maybe once a month, but you don't need to do it every day. It's become and formed a habit.
Yes.
And then it's in there anyway. So you're not going to want to, you know, finish your after eights because you know you've got to write it down. You know what I mean?
The thing is, do you know what, Jane? I have a partner who's a vegetarian and my son who's vegan. Can you imagine? And I'm the only meat. Yeah, it's crazy. And I'm the meat person.
Do they vilify you indoors? Like, do they give you dirty looks?
Every day. It's sinful every day, you know. And the thing is, because I'm going to be 50 in October, I need to, you know, I want to be snatched. I've got a big bum, but I need to be snatched. You know what I mean?
Oh, you want to keep the bum?
Yeah, I want to keep that.
No, you want to keep that?
I want to be like how you're looking like that with my bum.
Look, you can also join any of my Zoom classes that I do daily, Jenny.
Yeah.
Yeah, get on those. We've got it's baked beans today, exercise class, and anyone who's got a tin of beans or chickpeas or any tin of whatever in the cupboard can join in with baked beans.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so instead of having instead of having to go out and get like expensive hand weights or anything, you don't need that. You just go and get something from the cupboard, 2 cans of whatever it is. We called it baked beans just because my clients thought it was funny. I do too. Can of baked beans. Yes. And each time this class is really music motivated. So each song we have 3 different exercises that you're doing with your beans or doing with whatever. It's going to the music and it's good fun. So that's what baked beans is all about.
Nice. Do you do a lot of dancing in the classes? Do you do a lot of? Are they based around a lot of dancing? Not really. No.
I'm not a dancer, Jenny. The only dancing I do is after a bit of prosecco. I can dance when I've had prosecco, but other than that.
But you're allowed. You see, Jane, you're allowed because you've got that stature. Oh my gosh, I'm jealous. I'm allowed.
No, the only class I don't teach is Zumba. I've got no rhythm whatsoever. I can do the moves. No. Like I'm good at aerobics, but I'm so stiff. I'm like.
How are you?
So that's my problem. I haven't got I haven't got it. So, and that's okay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, well, you've heard it here, viewers. These are the steps to do to lose your weight and to look good. Yeah, I will be taking those tips definitely. So yeah. So we've covered that. There was something else. So who named the target training? Is that you came up with that name? For your company?
Yeah. Sorry if I
did you come up
that before, guys? Yeah, my company's called Target Training, and the reason is because I had in the past and all throughout my career, actually, I've been personal training for like 20 years now. Everyone used to come to me and say like, should I be doing weights, or should I be doing running, or should I be doing this, should I be doing that, should I be eating this? But my question always came back was, well, what's your target? Like, you can't have a one size fits all for everybody. It don't work, you know. So you've got to find out your target and find out your goals first and set those out. And then I can say to you, because you might say, well, you know, I want to slim a waist, but I don't like to do cardio. And I'm like, all right, fair enough. If that's your target, we can sort it out around your goals like that. But when people are just considering like generic things to do and they didn't realize why, then you have to sort out a target first. And that's really good for motivation as well, because if you've got a big target, right? Say you got, I want to lose a stone. Say that's the target for whatever reason, right?
Yes.
If you've got someone who's willing to lose a pound a week and they're willing to wait for those 14 weeks until they reach their target, then you know you can structure a nice, easy plan, something that's slow and something that's not so intensive. If you've got someone that says, no, I need to lose weight quickly, I've got, I don't know, a big test coming up for work that I have to pass, then you know you've got to up your training and you've got to be realistic with your client and not just cane them on the first day and they'll sit back and think, oh, I thought this was going to be easier. But you need to sort out a target properly and little goals to reach the bigger goal. So that's where target training comes in. And I liked it as well because I was thinking of like hitting my target. So that I did that in as well a little bit.
Hand movements. Jane, stop it. Oh my God.
So if you're listening, me and Jennie are laughing. I'm just doing a bit of bob and weaving on the camera. But I don't know if the people listening on the radio, they won't be able to see.
They can see you live. I'm just like, you lot have to hold back with Jane. Don't mess around with her.
It always comes back to that.
Oh my God. Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, I don't know if it's a bit too personal, but you said you're a single parent. How have you found being a single parent? Because I was a single parent myself many years ago. How did you find that journey? Because there could be someone out there that's going through a journey.
That's a good question. I think at first, because I haven't really reflected on this that much, Jennie, to be honest.
No,
I think I reflected on it first. It was a bit of at first, because with my situation, it was quite sudden. It was sort of like a carpet being pulled out from underneath. And it was like, well, what now? And is there a stereotype of what I should be and what I can do? Am I still going to be able to work? Can I still run a business? Like that? And those questions came quick and fast. But I think being independent financially really helped, because I was running a business and I was earning my money. Really helped with that, I've got to say. And to anybody out there who maybe is coming up to that, or they know that maybe a relationship is going to end and they've got children, especially, I have to say, especially to the women, because I can only say from my point of view, can't talk for the single guys, although I'm not counting anybody out. You can do it. There is no, you are either your biggest critic or your biggest champion. So whatever voice you've got inside your head, if you say you can't do it, it won't happen. If you say, yeah, I can do it, and it will happen. So that's something, I suppose, as I said, that's just off the cuff, Jennie. I've not even really thought about it before, but I think that the assumption that you can't just because you're on your own is rubbish. And my business has grown actually since becoming a single parent. It's been a few years now, but my business has only grown. It's been hard, you know, I would love to be in classes of an evening, because that's where most of the clients are. But when the kids come home from school, I've got to have time for them as well. Doesn't mean as they get older, they're going to lose interest in me anyway. And then I can go out and do my sessions. They'll be off doing their own thing. But while they're still this age, I think it's important. So I'm just trying to get ways in which I can expand my business that won't necessarily encroach on my family time, you know. So like this year I'm moving more into life coaching, because of the healthy habit stuff is really more mentally than, you know, more mentally structured, as we've just spoke about. So I'm moving into life coaching, going back to teaching new mums and new dads tailored first aid courses as well. So that covers like choking, meningitis, all these things that new parents are scared about. So that's how I'm managing to expand, because I'm seeing to my tribe. These are other single parents, these are other new parents, these are other people trying to figure out stuff on their own. So I think that's a message I would like to send to anybody who's just recently become a single parent, or somebody who knows that is on the cards and might be coming up.
I thank you so much for sharing that, Jane, because there are a lot of, especially younger women out there that are going through this journey and they don't know which direction. So you're a great inspiration for someone who's independent with their business and still doing it, you know. I'm really applaud you for that.
I think as well, making sure that you've got other people to give you support as well, because when I had Jess, I was 21, and compared at that time, that was considered like sort of young mum at that stage. Like none of my mates were in like even proper relationships, all still going out and partying and stuff. And then there was me, and I was like, oh, there didn't seem anybody else around me that I could relate to, you know. So it's just then going out and finding those people. And it's so much easier now, like with social media and stuff. I know people criticize it a lot, but I think it does give you a wider network that you can access, you know.
That is really a good answer that you've given. Like I said, there are viewers today that are going for a journey and they just don't know which direction to go, you know.
That's what I'd say. I know it might be scary, but if you're reaching out to people that are in the same boat as you. There's no reason why you're going to get rejected if that's your fear. I mean, I can only comment from, you know, being a fairly confident person, is that I love reaching out. Like, I was onto you, like, oh, well, you know,
no, but I love it. I'm like that. I talk to everyone, even the dog on the road. I'll be having the conversation with the dog, you know. So
I say though, last year I did have a bit of a slump.
Did you?
Yeah, and I used the lockdown as an excuse to not grow. And I did have a bit of a slump last year, I've got to admit that. I was just sort of like chugging along. I was working, but wasn't really looking for nothing new. I had all these ideas about how I wanted to expand my business, but they didn't go any further than me writing in a notebook. And, you know, I just, that's exactly what I did. I used the lockdown as an excuse to myself to say, listen, well, you can't grow now because you're in a global pandemic. You can't make any more strides in your business because there's a pandemic. And I really used that as a justification. But then when we went in the next lockdown, I really said, and it was.
Did you empower yourself? Did you get empowered in the second one?
What I've done is I kicked myself up the butt, is what I've done. And I said, Jane, like, this ain't happening again. Like, and I really felt like I'd sort of, in a way, wasted last year a little bit. Because I had all these ideas before and I didn't act on them. And I just let myself sort of tick along. And then when it happens again, I'm like, no, I'm not having 2021 being the same as last year. I'm going nowhere. Because like with people who start personal training or, you know, new lifestyle changes, everyone always says, I wish I would have done this earlier. And I'm always saying that to people, but I weren't listening to my own advice at that point. And I thought, no, I'm not having it again. So this is why we've had a bit of a rapid expansion on where I'm going.
But you know what's funny? Every new year, we always say, I want to lose weight. Always. I always say that. But I wrote, funny you saying that, because in my brown book, as you can see, I let my partner and my son write there, I promised to help me to lose weight. That was on December the 27th. Okay. Yeah. So since then, I haven't done, I've just been doing my skating and my skipping. But I've kept it. The other day, I had a blowout with them. Because I was fed up, Jane. I was fed up. I said, all of you want me to lose weight, but none of you help. I really cursed the hell out of them. I did, you know. And then I pulled up my big knickers and I said, thank you. I'm just going to get up and do it. And I did.
Get those high waists on, Jenny. That's it. They
you know, you have to get your granny knickers and say, right, you know. Oh, dear. And
so what sort of things have they like said to you that they think that you could do to help?
Well, my partner, he likes to walk. And for me, I think you need something that you enjoy. I enjoy walking to an extent, but I'd rather skip. I love to skip backwards and frontwards. I'm happy like that. My son, on the other hand, he's like, Mum, just do everything. He wants me to be in the gym, this, that. I said, I'm almost 50. I can't even, you know.
Well, that's a really good point that you raise. And I know it's difficult because most of the things are shut at the minute. But a lot of the time I say to clients who like can't stand the gym, and I love the gym, I stay there all day. But find a sport or activity that would you'd go back to, because I started kickboxing because I really liked it. I wasn't thinking about losing weight at 13 years old. Go and do something that you enjoy, and the repercussions of that will be that you'll lose weight and you won't even notice that that is your target. Because sometimes as well, if we make it just a target, right, the only target is for me to lose weight. If it doesn't happen one week, then you think, forget it, that's not working, I'm not having that no more. That's not the way to go, you know. Sometimes you're going to have plateaus and stuff, and you might need to step it up or change what you're doing. But to have that as a singular target sometimes isn't very healthy, you know.
Thank you for telling me that.
What I would suggest to you, because you like skipping, how long do you skip for, roughly?
The other day I done 100 skips. I know you can't believe it, can you? I know. Look.
Oh, actually, we've got. Hello.
Hello.
To anyone listening, because I've told a few friends I was going to be on today. If anyone's listening and can't see, Shade is doing her usual thing. She has now come and jumped up. Her butt is in the screen. That's Shade, right? Here she comes again. This is Shade, everyone.
Hello, Shade. Welcome.
Shade disrupts every single Zoom class that I do from my living room, she either will bring in some bugs or she will cry for me to open the window. Here she comes. Okay. So everybody who's listening, Shade has made herself known.
Shade is an attention seeker, like kids.
Right, anyway, I'm just going to try and pretend she's not there. What was we talking? Oh, yeah, skips, right. So you've done 100, right?
I've done 100, and I've done 70.
And do you do that every day? Do you do it every other day, twice a week?
Every other day. Every other day,
nice. All right, so your target for next week is to do 120 skips. And you do that every other day. Yes. And then the next week is 130 skips.
That's right. Thank you.
And it doesn't matter how long it takes you.
As long as I do it. Jane, that's why I needed you. This is why I needed you, Jane. Where have you been all my life? This is why I needed you.
And then what you're going to do is, once you get up to 150 skips, you're going to time how long it takes you to do your 150 skips, right?
Right.
Okay. So in a couple of weeks, you'll be doing 150 skips.
Yes.
Then the next week, you time how long it takes you to do 150 skips. Then the next week, you're going to reduce that time by 10 seconds, Jenny. 150 skips a bit faster, and your target is to get it down by 10 seconds.
Okay, so go more and go less. Okay, yeah, I understand.
So you're doing the same amount of skips, still doing 150, but you're doing it faster, 10 seconds off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So each week for the next couple of weeks, add 10 skips. Doesn't matter about the time.
Yes.
And once you reach 150, you're timing it, and you're going to reduce the you're going to reduce the time it takes you to do 150. And then we'll know each other again, and then I'll have a new target for you. Once you message me and you go, oh my God, Jane, I didn't think I could do it, and now I've done it. I feel so happy. I feel so pumped.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Believe me, I have to.
Once I get that email from you, Jenny, I'm like, I've got Jenny now. Jenny's on board.
Good. Hold me to it. Hold me to it. Please hold me to it. You know?
I told you at the start, Jenny, we're in it now. It's over. We're in it. It's
that's
done.
it. I'm happy. Now. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. So, Jane, I want to ask you some fun questions now.
Oh, exciting.
Yes, these are just random ones that I've put together myself.
Okay.
So I'm gonna allow you to have 5, not all at the same time.
Okay.
But it is numbers. You have from 1 to 15. So choose 5 out of them. Right. Start with your first number. So 1 to 15. What number?
Always. This is your mindset. Number 1, Jenny.
Number 1, Jane.
Number 1.
You're not easy. You are not easy. But since you asked for it, you're going to get it.
Okay.
How would you recycle your experiences? Is there anything you'd recycle with your experiences? Like, for instance, if you don't know, from school, you said that your mum didn't really want you to do the sports. Yeah. So is there anything you would have learned to be able to tell her that? How can I put it? Is there anything you would have told her? No, I don't want to give it to you like that. No, I'm just going to give it to you. Recycle your experience and how. Okay,
so just on that, I mean,
yes,
I can sort of actually, she's going on the floor now. I can sort of actually, like, being a mum now myself, and as I said, I was fighting grown women, so you've got to imagine it from my mum's point of view, watching her daughter get in a boxing ring with another adult lady who's trying to punch and kick her until she is on the floor. So we've got to give props to Mum a little bit, like,
let's give Mum a clap because she's got that strength for the heart. Honestly,
I would love for my kids to go in the ring, but it's not happened, and I don't know, even from my experience, how I would feel
seeing that,
you know.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't, and I'm not a big fan of recycling things either. Some things I do regret are some fashion choices, looking back at old photos and that maybe I would have a word to myself.
Would you? What, back in the 80s?
Yeah, don't wear that. There was some hoop earrings that were going on that were like plastic, neon green.
Yeah.
I'd say
Oh my.
Jane,
Do you
leave
remember
that
the
out.
rah-rah skirt? Do you
Yes.
remember the rah-rah skirt? Oh my God.
I might have a word with myself then. Although
Yeah.
fashion comes back around, isn't it, Jenny? So who knows? It might be fashionable.
That's what
Maybe
I mean.
that. But otherwise, experiences and stuff, not really.
Yeah.
You just got it keeps you, well, makes you the person you are today, innit? So
absolutely. Thank you for answering that, Jane. Right. What's your next number?
Let's go for number 14. That's Jessica's age.
Number 14, Jane. Oh my gosh.
Am I picking them today, Jenny?
You are picking them.
Oh, no.
Right, Jane. So if you won £1 million, what would you do and why? Now be strategic about it. Don't just say, oh, I'll buy a house, a car. What would you truly do?
Right, let me think.
Yeah, what is your strategic way of spending that £1 million?
We've got to be, I get myself one of those financial advisors and stick the money in places where the government can't get it.
Wicked. That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Only joking, guys. I pay my taxes. That was a little joke. No, I'd get some investing done so the money's working for me, Jenny. I want to sit back and just let that residual money come in, and then just let me get on with doing my training, life coaching, first aid. Just let me go work when I want to, and let that £1 million work for itself.
That is a great answer, Jane. Thank you ever so much.
I'll get my hair done as well because the roots at the moment.
Out of your
that's the first thing. I get myself to the hairdressers first.
Okay.
And then invest.
And then invest. That's good. Yeah, invest. That's really good. Okay, Jane, so that's 2. What's your next number?
We'll go for Parker's age next for number 9, please.
Number 9. Ooh, well, Miss Businesswoman. Number 9 is, do you prefer cash or card and why?
Card.
Yes.
Because if cash goes in the pocket, cash goes out the pocket quite quick as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's a good.
If it's in the bank, it's less likely to go straight back out again. So, yeah, card for that reason. I'll hold on to it a little bit longer if it's in the bank because I can see it, you know.
Yep. All right. That's great. So that's 3.
Good question. All right. I like that one.
Did you?
Yeah. Let me think. I was like, yes.
Right. What's your next number?
All right. Crazy cat lady. Shade is 3 years old. So we'll go for 3, please, Jenny.
3. Oh, Jade. I'm looking forward to hearing this answer.
Oh.
What are you scared of and why? If there's anything you're scared of.
I am absolutely petrified of spiders.
Me too.
And this is so embarrassing. All my neighbours know this of me. And if Jessica's not home, this is my 14-year-old, right?
Yeah.
I have to go knock on the neighbour's door and they have to come and get the spider for me.
Can you imagine?
You know what happened at Christmas?
Right? Tell me.
We got a real tree this Christmas, right? And my Jessie come up to me and she said, Mum, I know, like, you know, you're not going to like this, but something's in the tree. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she said, there's a spider's nest in the Christmas tree. And I went over and it was something like out of a horror film. There was thousands and thousands of them, right? Everywhere. And if you touch the tree, they went, start sitting around. Panic mode. And Caroline, if you're listening, my neighbour a couple of doors down, Caroline had to come, pick up the tree with 2 sets of lights on it, all the ornaments, drag it to the bin room and put it in the bin room for me. And she went to start taking off the ornaments and lights. And I'm like, no. They've been tainted with spider feet now. Everything has to go. So that was my Christmas experience this year. It was a horrifying nightmare.
You know why? People are going to laugh at you because you're a kickboxer. How are you going to be scared of a spider?
Nope. No, not having it. They're not allowed in this house. And I threaten them with the cat as well. So you come near me, I'm going to get the cat and she's going to eat you. Go away. So don't matter about all that. No spiders for me.
No? Okay. Right. So your last question, your last number. What is your last number?
Let's go for, what's it up to?
15.
15. Let's go for 15 then, please, Jenny.
1 to 15. Oh my God, Jane, you are not easy. You are not easy. Oh God, Jane. All right, you called for it, so I'm going to give it. What is the biggest misconception about yourself? If there's any. What do people think when they meet you?
Oh, I used to get a lot of, when I used to say that I did like boxing or kickboxing or martial arts, I used to get a lot of people saying, what, like real boxing, like real martial arts. And I'd be like, what other kind is there? Like, I don't. And they're like, what, so you fight? Like you fight? I'm like, yeah. What, like other people, you fight other, and I'm like, yeah. Like what? So I used to get that a lot, and I don't still know exactly why. But I used to get like, it was very confusing. I don't know whether it was a stereotypical thing of the way I looked. I don't know. But I used to get that a lot. People say like, what boxing? Like hitting? I'm like, yeah.
Oh.
And I'll show you. Like, you know, what? So I suppose I used to get that.
Jane, why'd you have to take it to that level?
Not really.
Oh. Yeah, thank you so much for answering my questions. That's great. Thank you.
Well, that was really fun. That was like the most anxiety like I've had for a long time. As you setting up the question, you're like, "Whoa, Jane, here we go. What have you done?"
Yeah, I know.
I want to change my answer.
To lighten the mood a bit, you know. Oh my gosh! So, right. What would you want? Here's another question. This isn't one of my fun questions. How would you want to be remembered? I heard this question from Piers Morgan, actually. Let's not talk about him. But he asked his guest this question.
He's gone now, isn't he? Yeah.
He's in the 3/4, you know, yeah. But he said, he asked a question on the show, and he said, how would you like to be remembered? Not for now, for a long time, when you pass for a long time, but what would you want to be remembered by? How? What would you want someone to remember you by?
Oh, that's a stump.
What is going to be on what's going to be on your stone? Yeah.
Well, this is a different question because I've discussed this with my kids in the past, right? And I want on my gravestone. Yeah, I want on my gravestone that you're gonna. What was the tagline that we had? It's something about I want to teach my kids like they're gonna come across like some stupid people in their lifetime, and they have to just know that they're going to have to navigate around some of these people that were hateful, some of these people that are negative, some of these people that have got just bad intentions for everyone around them. Like they just want to make everybody's life miserable. And just know that these people are there. So that's something I want to pass on to the kids is just to be like aware of this. You're going to come across this. You've got to deal with it and make yourself the best possible version of yourself to be able to deal with that sort of whatever it may be, negativity or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But for me to be known as, I don't know, I just want people to say like, I don't know, maybe like, oh, you know that Jane, she passed away, and they'll go, Jane who? And they'll say Jane the kickboxer, and I go, oh, Jane the kickboxer. Oh, that's so sad. I think that's what I'd like.
Yeah.
Oh, is she the one always banging on about?
She don't really want much.
Yeah, that's the one. She's gone. That's
that one. Oh, that's
just,
nice.
I think just about telling you, like, oh, she was a nice person. You know, she done some good for the community.
Yeah.
And she just sang nice. You know.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that is really a nice eulogy, as to say. And I like what you just said about what you telling your children, because I think how I was brought up like this. You're going to get married, have kids, have a house, and all of that didn't work, you know? So I'd like, for my grandchildren, I'd like them to know the truth from the get-go, you know? Forget about all this lies and make-believe, because it doesn't happen, you know? We weren't taught if you're heartbroken. What happens if you are single? Where do you go from there? You know, that type of teaching. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. 100%, Jenny. I love that.
Yeah. Because I think we've been like I said, growing up, I was told these things. And when I broke up with my son's dad, I didn't know which direction. I'm like, this ain't supposed to happen, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Everything was fed that you're going to have this, you're going to have that. And it wasn't like that. So you had to pick up yourself. So I've made a conscious decision telling my son the truth. And now my grandbabies, when they get bigger, telling them this is exactly how it's going to be, you know? No wishy-washy story.
No. If you've got, I think as well, I mean, I don't know whether you agree with this. I don't know whether it might be something to do with how girls and women are brought up. When we're told like, oh, you know, you get married and you have children, it's like you're sort of being told that you need somebody else, you know?
Yeah.
If you're being told like that is your path and your job is to find somebody to get with, you're being that word's coming up again. Subconsciously, I've done it. Subconsciously being told that you need somebody else. And I think that
and you hold on to that person. Especially if it isn't working, you hold on. You know?
Yeah, exactly. But what would be more helpful and more empowering would be you might want somebody else, but you are independent enough and you've got your money and you've got your education and you've got your independence. But if you want somebody else in your life, that's great and go for it. But not the rhetoric that you need somebody in your life, you know? So I think that'd be a good that'd be a good lesson to teach the young people as well, you know?
Definitely. They need that because they're still getting lied to now, I believe, anyway. What I see, because it's different from my time and my son's time, what I see now, I couldn't be I don't think I could bring another child into this world. I couldn't do it. I won't lie to you. I couldn't do it. It's too much everything, you know? I look and I think, how do you manage? It's hard work, you know? How do you do it? For instance, I never spoiled my son. He had to work for what he got. Pocket money, you'd have to do something to get it. And now he's got his children. He'll allow them to go in the fridge. When he was growing up, you're not allowed in the fridge. What? What? You know? But then he reminds me, he says, Mum, it was different because I was all he had. I was mum and dad. But now he's got his partner. They can afford to do that and, you know, do it different. But I'm like, you're not going to shout at him like that. Every little thing. What? You know? He should have been, you know? But then he reminds me that things have changed, you know? Yeah.
Well, it's funny as well because there was something from the telly the other day, and whoever it was on the telly said that they'd sworn and their mum had got soap and put it in their mouth, right? And my kids were like horrified, you know, that child abuse. Like, how could they do that? And I'm like, I had soap in my mouth when I was little. I called my brother a bad name. My mum took me to the bathroom. Yep. I never said that word again. But things are.
They don't know how good they get it.
They do not know how good they get it. But then they started teasing me.
They don't know how good.
And then I started going on about like, oh, there was only 4 channels when I was growing up. You know? They don't understand. If you missed your show,
I know
you missed it, and you would not see it again until maybe a couple of years later when you missed it. It was gone. But they don't know.
Yes, that's true. Do you know what's funny? I was playing a record, and my son said to me, "Mum, how do I rewind this?" I was like, "Oh my God, you really are! It's a different era. You don't rewind records, you know." So different. Oh gosh, but we need their teaching.
Like,
I always say we need
stuff. Like if the Wi-Fi went down in this house today, there would be pandemonium and bedlam. Like what? You can't do nothing. I couldn't even watch the telly if I didn't have the Wi-Fi. Yeah. Like it's times.
It's so changed. But when our aerial went back in the day, we made sure we edge it a bit, and the telly would come back on, isn't it? We were grateful.
I remember when like we used to have blackouts, and it was like the most fun time of my childhood. But imagine like you couldn't. I don't know whether it still happens. Like it must be a rare thing. But I ain't had electricity go out forever. But I used to love having the blackout.
Yeah, it was great.
Torches and candles.
And the candles. Thank you so much. Oh, just bring back the nostalgia. Oh, I love nostalgia. I love remembering. You know, I love remembering. Oh, gosh. So, Jane, we're wrapping up. We've got another 15 minutes. Is there anything else you'd like to let the viewers know about you, know about your lifestyle? I found out a lot today. How to keep fit, nostalgia, your beautiful children, and the journey of being a single parent with an independent business. Yup, I'm extremely happy.
It's been really, really lovely coming on. I hope I've got everything out that I wanted to as well, really. Like, just want to know, like, if people want to get in contact with me, if something has resonated with them or they want some help or advice, I'm on Instagram, target.training. I'm on Facebook. I have got a Facebook page of Target Training, but I have to be really honest with you, I don't go on it that much. So if you want to get in contact with me, then follow my page, Jane Willmot. That's 2 L's, 2 T's for Willmot, guys. And you'll see a lot of shade on there. You'll see a lot of food, and you'll see a lot of exercise. So that's basically my social media, is the cat, food, and exercise. Another thing that we do on the page is fakeaways. Have you heard of this, Jenny? Fakeaways.
Fakeaways.
Hashtag fakeaways.
So we got Meatless Monday.
People can do.
Oh my! We got Meatless Monday and now fakeaways. Please explain fakeaway. Please do.
Well, fakeaways are a way for you to make your favorite, like Nando's or KFC or whatever it may be, but in a healthier way. And yes, I do realise that it is not going to taste the same as if you was going into KFC. I understand that, guys. But the way fakeaways help you is that, say you're having like one cheat meal a week, right? Have your cheat meal, go all out. I don't know what you get. Like we can start the Indian versus Chinese discussion, but we've only got 15 minutes, as you said. We'll never ever stop. It won't end there. So takeaways are just healthier recipes, better ways to cook things that are similar to your favorite takeaways. In my opinion, sometimes more delicious. I've done one for Valentine's Day that was teriyaki salmon. That was gorgeous.
That sounds nice.
That was tasty.
That sounds nice.
So it's just exploring, because you know as well, there's always this thing that healthy food is like rabbit food or it don't taste nice. If you get in the kitchen and you get those like spices or you get those herbs and stuff getting in there, you can make good meals. So hashtag fakeaways, they're on my social media as well. So there's like different versions of your favorite meals in a healthier option, and it just gets you in the kitchen a little bit as well. Some of them don't always turn out right. I always post the ones that come out wrong as well.
That's good.
I took like nearly an hour and a half to make these like broccoli rice cheese things, and it was just no Jenny, it was just I
zero.
boiled the broccoli, then put it through the food processor, then added the egg and then it went back in the processor. It took about an hour and a half, and then when we tasted it, the kids didn't like it, and it basically tastes like eggy broccoli with a bit of cheese. But
it
didn't work. But that went on the page as well anyway. I exploded an egg in the microwave a couple of days ago.
Jane, you must know eggs don't go in the microwave. Oh my God.
No, Jenny, this is what people are saying to me. Why are you putting eggs in the microwave? Jenny, when they don't explode, right, and ruin your microwave, they make the best poached eggs. You get a glass, like a tumbler, right? Put your egg in it, fill it up with a little bit of water, stick it in the microwave, perfect poached eggs. I'm telling you, you have to try it. But don't do what I've done and leave it too long, because I like my poached eggs well done, and there it exploded in the microwave. So that got posted on social media as well. The highs and the lows. Perfect. I'm not one of those people. You get the nitty with the gritty with me. You get everything.
Yeah, it's good. They're keeping it real.
That's it, isn't it? You've got because it's not sustainable or natural otherwise, is it?
That's what you call fakery in a different way. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard now for people though, isn't it? Because they compare themselves to other people on social media, and it's
my God,
it's just one of those battles. But
looking at yourself, we're all made so unique. That's the beauty of us.
Yeah.
We're made so unique. You know, I'm thinking of doing a show in a couple of weeks' time, just myself, talking about envy. Envy, and I don't like jealousy. It's really creeps up my back. So I'm going to talk about that. I can't do it.
It's hard. You get some people, and it say like someone buys a nice car. You get some people that will go, that's a lovely car. Like, I really like that car. And, you know, they'll be positive about it. Then you get some other people, and it might be, I don't know, things that have gone on in their life. And they'll go, why she got that car?
Why she got that? Yeah.
I don't even like that car. And if you're going to buy a nice car, why don't you get in a proper colour? And it's the negativity that comes out from that. And if you do a show like that, I'll be listening in, because I'd love to know where it come from.
It's like, and why must it? I had an old friend who's come back on the scene. And I have a dark secret, not so dark, but a secret that I kept buried. The first thing she said to me, she brought it up. And I said to myself, what type of person is this? So in tell, I had to tell my son and my partner. And I rang her and I said, now they know. Now what? Now what? You know what I mean? Now what? And it made me think about envy and jealousy.
Yeah.
And I just don't do it. I can't do it. You know, I can't take the time of day of it. But I need to address it, because it's hitting on my.
That you haven't seen each other for a long time, and then that's so long,
you know, and that's the first thing you come. My best friend died 3 years ago, and if you saw how she carried on at the funeral, you would have thought it was her. There's that type of behavior as well, and it wasn't a natural behavior because my friend passed. It's because I want the attention, and I need to have a discussion. So whoever's out there wants to discuss with me, I'll be very grateful, because I need to have a discussion. Why does that come? And we've grown up from a long amount of years. Why are you still coming like that? I don't understand it. Why are you so jealous? Why? You know,
I think people getting to explore their own minds as well is quite helpful. I like self-help books and stuff like that. They're not for everybody. I love a self-help book personally. One of my favorites was recommended to me by a good friend, Ryan Donovan. He's doing really good stuff on his Facebook page as well. Ryan Donovan, Thinking Out Loud. Just give him a little shout out. And it's called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. I can't remember the lady's name, something Jeffers. I love that book. That's a really, really good book for people who are worried about expanding themselves, or people putting barriers up. And that's helped me with my life coaching as well, is to find out what barriers people are putting up and try and work out how they overcome them. But that could also work with the people of like, why are you nagging on people? Why are you being a neckhead? What is the reason behind it? And a lot of the time, probably you know yourself, Jenny, it is jealousy. And a lot of the time it is people think, you know, like when you're doing something new, people think because they can't do it, you can't do it, and they want to let you know you can't do it because they feel bad they can't do it. You know, I think
instead of empowering each other, you want to keep bringing them at that same level. It's terrible.
I want to bring it back down.
Yeah.
You know?
And nothing
because it makes them feel more comfortable. Because sometimes when people, you know, start to progress or start to, whatever it may be, build businesses, lose weight, whatever it is, sometimes people who feel they can't do it, they feel they're going to get left behind. So I think sometimes that's where a little bit of that comes from as well. I mean, I'm just speculating. You're probably going to go into it much more clarity, much more sense.
Just from my own experience, I'm just going to be talking about it because it really is niggling me. It's been niggling me like nothing since that day that she's come back. You know, it's just not a good look. And I've put up memes and things to say, I will not deal with jealousy. I will not stand or tolerate it from men. I put it up from my exes, from old friends, from new. I've put it all up. Yeah. I've done
it. Just get to that blocking button, I say, Jenny. Block, 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 block.
But the thing is, Jane, when I block, they seem to see their way. They still come through. They still come through somehow.
Maybe that's your role in life now. Is that you've got to have these people come to you and you've got to sort them out.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah. As diplomatic as I can, you know. Honestly, Jane, it's been a joy and a pleasure and a blessing talking to you today. It's really brightened up my Wednesday. It's been a
I hope so. That's wicked. Yeah. I was so nervous coming on, you know.
Were you?
Yes, obviously.
You've given us so much to work towards. You know what I mean? You've given us so much. You've given me a lot of thoughts to what to do with my weight gain and my, you know, my eating habits.
I'm not about it anymore, Jenny. It's me and you now.
Yeah. That's it. You have to run me down, Jane.
I've turned on to you now.
Yeah, you have to.
But But just, yeah, for all your viewers and all your listeners, please get in contact with me if you've got questions. If you want to discover a bit more about healthy habits, life coaching, first aid for young mums or new mums, just anything that we've discussed today, like message me. My DMs are open. I'm not that famous. DMs are open. You know, be sensible what you're DMing me, guys. But I don't want anyone sliding in the DMs. Message me in the DMs. We don't slide in the DMs, okay?
Yeah.
But get in contact with me, guys. Jenny, you know what I'm talking about. Get in contact with me, guys. Like, if you want to explore a little more, if you want some more information.
That's one of my questions. Don't slide into my DM.
That needs to be a t-shirt.
Yeah.
But get in contact with me, guys. I can walk you through this stuff. I'm doing daily Zooms of exercise. We do abs blast, we do HIIT, we do baked beans, as I explained earlier. All you need is a tin of beans for that, 1 or 2 tins if you want to put them both in hands. We do, what did I get up to? HIIT. We do legs, bums and tums, ready for that peachy butt. I'm on Facebook Live every Saturday doing abs blast if you want to check it out and see what that's all about. So classes are there, team. So if you want to do it from the comfort of your own home, leave your camera off. You don't have to have your camera on. Come join the community. They're already working out and exercising with me. And just get in contact. I'm here. I'm ready.
Oh, thank you so much, Jane. I've been speaking to Jane Willmot today. It's been a joy and a pleasure. And I want you back, Jane. You have to come back. You must.
Oh, that'd be nice, Jenny.
Yeah, you have to come back because you have to see where I've got to. So you have to come back, you know. But give me a few weeks to get into it. Give me a few weeks, you know, because now the pressure is on.
And as well, when you think about that friend, you know, that one that, you know, you've had about, that's going to get you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like this, I'll be like that.
You'll be going all around like that.
Like this.
And then when we can, Jenny, what we'll do, when we're allowed to meet strangers and stuff, I'm going to get the boxing pads out for you, and you're going to get on the pads, right?
Please.
And you're going to think of that friend.
Yeah, just, you know.
Get that stress out.
Jane, I'm going to hold that to you. I need it.
That's what I'm here for. Get that stress out in a healthy way, so then you don't go and actually do it to anybody, you know? And just get out on the pad.
Wicked. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
Thank you so much for having me, Jenny. This has been such a blast. I've had such a good time.
I'm so glad. And I'm glad that you come back again. And I'm going to take your tips. And I'm going to be in touch in a few weeks to show you my motion, you know?
Nice one.
So you have a great day today, a blessed day. And I'm going to love you and leave you with some peace and blessings to the next time we meet. All right?
Thank you so much for that, Jenny. And bye, everybody.
Lots of love. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, love. Bye.